Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hello, everyone. How are you today? I hope that things are going very well for you today. One of the things that I have been working on personally over the last couple days and weeks, because of what was going on in the beginning of the year, I had not had the chance or the opportunity, or I didn't take the chance or opportunity to evaluate where I am and where I'm going and what I needed to do to improve my circumstances, if you will. So today, I just want to ask all of you, any of you, one of you, have you taken the opportunity to take a true audit of you? So that can mean a lot of different things. And a lot of times we don't want to look within to say, hey, you know what? Do I really want to evaluate myself and point out all the things that I'm doing wrong? Maurice, I'm already dealing with self-esteem issues. I'm already dealing with confidence issues and things like that. But in order for us to get over the hump, we need to take a personal audit over ourselves. So, and today we're not going to get too deep into real personal audits. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at what we're putting out there and projecting from a social media perspective. A real, true, hard look at social media. So, a couple weeks ago, a person close to me, he decided to post something on social media, and he was complaining. And the way he put it out there, it did not reflect the positively. It made it look he was complaining about one situation, and when I spoke to him, he said he was complaining about another, but timing was off. And unfortunately, the first situation, or the first, it's not a situation, but the first job, if you will, had contacted him, and the CEO, mentioned to him, hey, that wasn't a good look. That's because everyone else around him, they called him, they talked to him about it. They told him not to, put his feelings out there as often. Well, some people feel like social media is their social media, and I could say whatever I want, and freedom of speech, so forth and so on. Not understanding the way it will be perceived by other individuals. Yeah, sometimes we rant and rave, we're in our feelings or whatever else. But are you taking a real close look, or are you auditing your social media in a manner that, portray, as you're doing the auditing, are you portraying yourself in a positive light? Now, I'm not saying everything has to be peaches and cream. I'm not saying that either. You can say what you would like to say. You could disagree with things or whatever. But when you complain about certain things and it's already a stressful situation in one place, regardless if you complain about another, everyone, and especially if everybody else knows about number one and don't really know about number two complaint, everyone's going to sue number one, and they will jump on that bandwagon. So as you're taking a real close look at what you're putting out on social media, what is the perception? Because perception is everything. It drives everything. If you have the best look, that's how people are becoming models, actors and actresses, podcasters, if you will. Um, what are you portraying yourself to be? Are you portraying yourself as someone that on your personal profiles, are you being portrayed in the best light? Because of course your business ones, you're going to say, hey, I'm selling this, it's a great product and all those type of things. But even on your personal, are you still portraying yourself in the best light possible? Now, some people want to say, hey, I'm keeping it real, quote unquote. But what does that really mean? What does keeping it real really mean? In some cases, keeping it real will take you out of certain situations in certain circles. And now you are blackballed and you cannot move forward and you're not understanding why you're in this position. So, long story short, as this individual has been taken back, he was taken back by the fact that the CEO had contacted him directly and said, listen, I'm out real quick. Once I get back, I need to see you in my office. Half the time, we don't want that type of attention, right? We don't want the big person to come and talk to us because all of a sudden we're nervous. We're trying to figure out what's going on. And here's the thing, though. When you have that moment when someone calls you and they call you out and because you're complaining, and now all of a sudden they're about to grant you your wish. They're about to be your genie, your personal genie, and grant you your wish. Are you ready to take that responsibility on? Are you ready? Are you ready to be put out there, and some people might say Front Street? Are you ready to be giving the keys to the Range Rover? Are you ready to be given the keys to the building? Are you ready to be given the passcode to get past the security system? Are you ready to be elevated to a place that you thought that you wanted to be? And it's all because you decided to put out information or put out an image that is not it does not reflect on how you truly feel for that one situation. Because people will take the information and run with it, and unfortunately you're in a position where like, whoa, I wasn't even referring to that. And now, because I opened up my mouth, now I'm in this other spot, and this is not where I really want to be. So I encourage each and every one of you today to take a true look at yourself and audit your social media. To start deleting posts, if you will. Start taking a look at your website. Start deleting information that's not pertaining to where you are today. Again, everyone, we do an audit to say, hey, we're no longer doing this. We are now doing that. Is our message clear? Now that you've been working in this position for 2, 3, 4, 10 years, do you have a better idea of what the job requires? And now you can explain it in 10 words versus 25 words, where you can get directly to the point. So that's where we are today. I just want you to do an audit of everything that you have going on. Do an audit on your social media. Remove posts, add posts, understanding what's the message that you really want to put across, and not have mixed messages being put out there where it looks like you're complaining about one thing and you're really talking about another. And people get the messages crossed. So let's try to keep that at such a low rate, if you will, because those things sometimes you can't help it. You can't help where people are going to misread your information. It's just human beings. We're just like that. We like drama, if you will. But I just encourage you to try, find a way to limit that to some degree, because everyone's not going to like it. But limit it, if you will. Put out the correct message that you want everybody to see, and not allow outside voices say, hey, you know what, this is my, it's yours and whatever. And it could go definitely against really what you want to put out there. So please do your audit today.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.